I thought I'd do a quick review of my Razer Heat 4 heated gloves. They are really good, as in really good. Battery powered. You have these pockets open up inside. You can plug up 2 batteries. You can buy separately batteries 1 and 1. You don't technically need more than 2 batteries, 1 for each. They last at least 4 hours on 3. You can put them on 3 turbo and 2 1 and 1 2 3 back up again. One of the reasons I wanted them was because they have good protection. They're sporty, they look like racing gloves. They're warm, heated, and in my opinion they look really cool. Or as cool as heated gloves can look. I think that looks pretty good. They look pretty good. Leather on the inside of the entire palm, reinforced on the throttle area and on the sides, and especially this is really nice. If you're low side, having an extra layer of leather on the outside will definitely help. I wish there were some sort of like padding just to prevent like the worst bone breaks or whatever, but that's fine. Wish this was plastic. This is gonna grip if you fall and you grab onto the tarmac or asphalt. This is gonna grip and you're probably gonna break your wrist. So this should not be rubber, because rubber grips. You don't want to grip, you want to slide. You want sliders, not grippers. Other than that, they are comfortable to wear. They are warm. They last about 4 to 8 hours, depending on setting. I have never run out of battery on them. They have 2 lights, 1 for each battery. You can have 1 or 2. I have only 1, so it's only 1 light. Green is 100%. Blinking green is below 75. Red equals 50% or less, and blinking red is 25% or less battery. So you can easily just pull up the sleeve, see the battery, and know how much you have used, and thereby how much more you can use if you use it the same way. They have a wrist strap, which is really strong and nice, well, Velcro, and this inside tightener, which is one hand tighten. You just pull this, it tightens, one hand open. This is very nice because it traps the warm air inside the glove and doesn't escape out. They are waterproof, or at least very water resistant. I have not ridden in too much rain when it's cold. There has been rain showers, and they're going to absorb water on the outside, but they're not going to be wet through. They're infrared heat. They're not heating cells, so they don't overheat. You can have them on, just leave them there until the battery runs out. You're not going to burn anything. They fit pretty much the way they are described. If you are large, these are going to be large. Because they are winter gloves, they are bulky, and because they are winter gloves, they're also going to be pretty large inside. So these could be a little bit smaller for me. I have about that much that I don't need, but most of that is just the tip of the fabric. So I really love these gloves. The Razer Heat 4 is, I haven't tried other brands, so I'm not gonna say they're better or worse than anything. That's stupid. I hate it when people do that. People are like, oh, these are the greatest gloves of all time because that's the only gloves I ever tried. It's like, yeah, every glove is good if you haven't tried any other glove. So, but these are good. They're nice to wear. They're comfortable. They are thick, but they are winter gloves, so they have to have a little bit of lining. They are a little expensive, but you know, you sort of get what you pay for. And if you're willing to put in the cash, you're gonna get a lot more out of it. And the joy I've had with these gloves are immense. I have said since day one I got them that these are the best investment I have put into my motorcycle riding, other than my gear or my complete gear and the bike itself. They are really comfortable. They keep me warm. I can ride at any weather, any temperature. Well, I wouldn't recommend riding them when it's really, really hot, but if I take out the battery, they're not that warm up until like 20 degrees plus Celsius. I wouldn't use them in summer. I have used them when it rains. I just had them in the bag along with my weatherproofs. So instead of using one of those mitten things that you pull over your gloves to keep yourself dry, I just use these. That works perfectly fine if it's not too warm, but I wouldn't recommend that for like 25 plus degrees Celsius. You'll cook your hands. They're lined and everything, and they are windproof and they are waterproof. Anything that's waterproof is windproof. Yeah, so there's nothing really I can say other than that about these gloves. I love them. I give them a 10 out of 10, but I'm not saying they're better than anyone else or worse than anyone else. It's just for what I want them to be, they're basically perfect. Actually, I'm getting them a 9 out of 10 because of the rubber slider. That should have been plastic, or at least a hard compound, so that I didn't grip into the road if I do go down. So other than that, I'd consider them pretty much perfect. Price could be cheaper, but quality costs. That's just the way it is.